We love our moon. It is so beautiful in stories, in religions, and even in arts. Moon is everywhere. So, let's understand few things about our special moon, like phases of moon and why moon is important. Moon is a natural satellite. Satellite is a celestial body which revolves around a planet. Moon revolves around Earth, which is a planet. Moon looks so bright in night sky, but it doesn't have its own light. Sunlight falls on moon and get reflected. When that reflected light reaches us, it appears as if it is coming from moon. And this answers our question, why moon changes shape. Side of the moon facing sun gets sunlight. But we can see only the part of the moon which reflects light to us. So on new moon, the moon is between earth and sun. So the part of moon which is getting sunlight is facing away from the earth. So the dark side of the moon is facing us. That means moon is not reflecting any light to us. But moon is getting sunlight. It's just that moon is not reflecting any sunlight towards us. On the other hand, on full moon, the earth is in between sun and moon. But the thing is, moon, sun and earth is not in same straight line. The moon is in such a position that one side of the moon reflects maximum sunlight towards earth. So we get to see one side of the moon which appears round like one side of a ball. We always see just one side of the moon. The other side of the moon never faces the earth. And how is that? The moon is revolving around the earth, but it is also spinning around its axis like a top. The moon revolves around the earth in 27.32 days and it revolves around its axis in 27 days. So both are almost equal. So one side of the moon is facing the earth, then while the other side is about to face the earth, moon already moves to a new position in orbit, so that side never get to face the earth. In some nights, moon makes such an angle with both sun and earth that only a fraction of one side of the moon reflects light to the earth. That means we can see a part of one side, not even a full side, a part of one side, and we call it crescent moon. Now moon is very important to us. It's really very important. The moon causes tide. Tide are rise and fall of sea level. It is caused by the combined effect of pull forces exerted by sun and the moon. But the thing is, sun is so far away that main reason of the tide is pull force of the moon. We call it gravity. We would not get into the details of gravity right now. How tide occurs is little tricky and also very simple, but many people explains it very wrongly. The moon is pulling the earth just the same way earth is pulling the moon. Now the part of the earth facing the moon experience a strong pull force from the moon, which causes the rise of sea level at that point. Means we get a high tide. But on the opposite side, farthest from the moon, we get another high tide. But how is that? Point B experiences much stronger pull force than the point B dash. Because of that, point B tend to move toward the moon. But on B dash, the gravitational pull of the moon is very low. So the distance between B and B dash tend to increase. So people living there feel as if the sea level is rising and we get a high tide. I intentionally avoided many complex details because that would require explaining the tidal force, which will take pretty long time. At the point C and D, there are low tides because the water is pushed toward point A and point B. During new moon and full moon, attraction force of sun and moon add up to cause a strong high tide, which is stronger than the high tide on other days. We call this high tide spring tide. And just after 7 days from the spring tide, the sun and moon are at right angle to each other. So the place where moon causes high tide, the sun try to cause their low tide. So we get a weaker tide than other days. We call it neap tide. That was the basic for now. We will go deeper but later. Bye bye.